guys, it's Christy. So this video is like a life update for you, for me. I've been keeping it to myself other than my mom, my sister, and my husband and my boss because he kind of had to know. So it's a life update. 3 weeks ago, found a lump in my breast, and I wasn't sure what to do about it. So I called my mom and asked my mom, and she said, make an appointment, go to see the doctor. And then my husband was like, yeah, you need to go see the doctor. So I went to the doctor, and of course, I don't really know how to tell if it's really, like, if the lump is serious or not. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, there's a lump there. I'm going to send you to a specialist so that they can look at it closer to see what it is. So that was in August. Well, September 11th is when I had my first appointment at the doctor's, and they did a x-ray of both, and then a ultrasound of the one where the lump was found. So that was on the 11th. I was there maybe 45 minutes. And then they said, okay, your appointment is on the 13th with the oncologist. Or I guess it's the oncologist, I would imagine. So I came in and had my meeting, and they he felt to see if there was a lump, and he felt a lump. So he then was like, well, you have a couple options. You can do nothing about it, and well, before I say that, he gave me his opinion on what it was just by feeling around. And he was like, he said it feels a little soft, so we think it may be just like tissue and that's built up and not cancer. But because so he said he didn't think that it was tumor, or he didn't think that it was cancer based on how he felt it. But he said since it runs in my family, because my grandmother had it, my great grandmother had it, my great aunt had it, that he thought I should get one of the two options, or just tough it out. He gave me three options. He said do nothing and see if something progresses later, or get a biopsy done that day to test it, or go ahead and make an appointment with the OR and have it removed. Well, to me, I didn't want to do surgery, and I definitely didn't want to just let it go because it runs in my family. So we did a biopsy on the 13th of September. He said, by the way, a biopsy, if you've never had one, it's not fun. So they do numb you, like they use a needle and they numb you, and then they've got this machine that kind of looks like a grout machine, like a long tube that's about a pencil thick, and then a little trigger handle, and that's all I can think of. And my mom described it perfectly, a grout machine. So after they numb you, they stick that needle, the big needle that's like that big around, in you, and get samples. Once they get the samples, she bandaged me up, told me how to take care of it, said I couldn't take a shower for 24 hours, so that's great. Not really. And that the strips that were put on there will fall off after a couple of weeks, so I have to leave them on. But they did the biopsy, and then they got the results back, and they called me, and I'm happy to say that it is benign. So I do not have breast cancer. I was slightly freaking out silently this whole time because, if it runs in your family, you've got 3 family members on your mom's side that's previously had it, and then you find something on you, and you're like, what is this? And you go to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, I feel a lump. You start to freak out. And I was freaking out internally, like really freaking out internally, and not really saying much other than that. I said every now and then I would say something to my husband about being worried, and he would be like, don't try to think about it, try not to think about it, stuff like that. But I mean, when it's you, it's really hard not to think about it, especially when you don't know what's going on for weeks. But I mean, the news that it's nothing is fantastic. And yeah, I had to get a biopsy done to find that out. But at the same time, if I hadn't, it probably would have bothered me for who knows how long. So yeah, I'm happy to say that it's nothing. But I want to apologize to any of my family members that see this video. And I didn't tell you. But I didn't tell you because I didn't want anyone to worry. I wanted me to be the one that worried. I didn't want anyone else to worry. So keep the burden off my family and keep it on me. I did tell my mom, so I'm sure she worried. But I asked her not to tell anybody else because I didn't want my family worrying about me. And I mean, it was really important to me to not put that burden on them because my family's been through enough with cancer in general. So that's my life update. It's pretty short, but I don't have cancer, and that's good. So I'm very thankful for that, because I was actually, like, the whole time I've been freaking out. I'm like, well, if I do, it's going to cost this much money, and our family's not going to be able to have this. We're not going to be able to do this. We're not going to be able to go see family on holidays, because, I mean, that's an expensive thing to have to take care of. And I'm like, and I know that sounds so I don't know, selfish, or not even selfish, just kind of like you're worried about what you're not going to get to do if you have this. But if you have this and you don't get taken care of, you won't have things to do anymore. I get that. I mean, but I'm just very, very thankful that I'm good. And that's really all I had for this life update. And this is the first time I've done a life update. So that's all I have. And thank you for listening to my life update. And I'll see you guys soon, or talk to you soon, or watch you soon. Bye.